Hello friends, how are you? My name is Corbin Reed and welcome to my YouTube channel. Or welcome back if you are a subscriber, which I hope you are. I am so excited because I am bringing you guys an extreme backyard outdoor patio makeover. We're getting to the end of summer. I've already done one small outdoor patio makeover in the front of my house, but this one that I'm about to show you required quite a bit more ingenuity, and it is my bigger patio in my townhouse. So we have a very small outdoor yard space that I really reserved just for my dog to kiki and have a good time, but we also have this backyard patio. It's sort of been a hodgepodge of things you will see. I show you the before and after and all of that good stuff, but I finally landed on a very clear design vision for that outdoor space. I wanted it to feel like an Italian villa, like I was on vacation when I go out there. It's hard to do when your kind of view is of other people's townhomes and you're kind of like the wall space is like not that far from other people's townhomes, but I think I came up with a invention that sort of mutes all of that, which I'm really, really proud of and really excited about. So here are some of my inspiration photos for furniture. There was an antique piece that Athena Calderon used in her outdoor patio, which I could not afford, which I'll insert a picture of here. It's like a $15,000 chair, but I ended up finding some at World Market. I brought in some burlap for the curtains and for the canopy that I created. My inspo photo was something that I found off of an HGTV creator's invention, which I'll insert a photo of here. But mine, I decided to bring in more natural elements. Burlap breathes, and it's a really good outdoor fabric, and I wanted something that would sort of like move with the wind. And it also provides shade, but not so much shade that like when it's up, it's dark, like the light still penetrates it. So it just creates this really dreamy, I didn't know that it would genuinely create, just like imagined it in my mind, but it ended up creating this very dreamy Italian villa sort of feeling with the shade and the light and the movement of the curtains, and it's stunning. So everything that you see in this video will be linked down below, and that's it, you guys. Let's get into it. Enough talking. So this is the state of the patio before I started any of the work. All of these plants here, well, not all of them, but a few of them are gonna go. The lantern's gonna go. That grassy area back there is gonna stay. The chairs are both going. My dog chewed it up, so they were from IKEA, so I don't feel too bad tossing them. That plant is staying. That olive tree is definitely staying. A couple of the faux trees were like melting in the sun, so I had to get rid of those. That lantern is gonna go. I just need to create some floor space out here. Probably gonna move this bench also. And yeah, I'm gonna be creating a DIY canopy and making a table out of this fire pit actually, so like this won't be here anymore. And yeah, but this is the current state of the deck before I do anything to it. Oh, and also that umbrella is gonna go away because I'm gonna be creating my own canopy situation out of burlap. How things are looking after I cleared all the things I said I was going to out. That fire pit staying because it's going to become a tabletop. It's covered up right now. And then all these spaces are going to get filled with turf, so it looks more naturey and cohesive. My next step was to go outside and measure to make sure that the flagpoles that I ordered are going to be in the right spot to put the curtains on. So So after I measured, I had drilled some holes with basically like a ceramic drill bit, and I had to plug them with these plastic anchors so that when I screw the screws into the wall, they have something to sort of like stabilize against, because the holes were pretty big. And then also once the screw goes in, it sort of expands in the wall. That's the stainless steel flagpole holder. It's not meant for curtains, but my neighbors were using them for stringing lights, so I thought it would be a great idea for curtain hanging as well. It's basically all the same hardware. After I got the first anchor onto the wall, I moved on to the middle anchor, and those are just the plastic inserts that I'm putting in. And I repeated the same process. I just use a hammer to drill them into the holes that I'd already drilled with the ceramic drill bit. Project you're going to try, I definitely suggest using a leveler, because when the flagpoles are standing up straight, you want them to make sure they're straight and they're not leaning. So my next step was to repeat this one more time at the other end of the balcony, attaching this anchor to the wall for the third flagpole. After all of the anchors were up, I had to hang the opposing anchors, which were going directly into the house, and they are basically just hook and eye screws that I did the exact same process for. I used a ceramic drill bit, and then I nailed a plastic anchor into the hole, and then I just screwed the hook and eye into the anchor, and it was super stable so that I could be able to hang the wire from the flagpole to the hook and eye. But the plastic anchor is a really important step, so if you're going to do this, don't forget that. Go ahead and say that was the hardest thing I've ever done with power tools. Drilling into concrete is really, really hard. I had an extra tool lying around. My fiance's been hiding his good drill, which is like very heavy duty, and it drills like a lot more powerfully than my Rybolt. It's a DeWalt drill. I don't know the exact specs on it. I'm sure by the time I post it, I'll be able to tell you which one it is, but this is what it's looking like. So the poles are up. These are stainless steel flag poles. They actually came with the anchors, and I installed 3 of them. And then over here, it's very hard to see because they aren't large, but the hook and eyes are up there and pointing to them here. And that is where the wire gauge is going to be attached. It was very, very difficult to say the least, but the hardest part is over, which is so exciting. Now all I have to do is make the curtains. I'm using burlap, and I'm going to use iron-on hem tape. I just bought like 2 rolls of burlap. I think it's like each roll is like 85 feet long. So I'm just gonna iron on hem tape with the burlap, and then I have a system that's meant for hanging outdoor lights, and they're gonna go across in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different areas, so that the curtains will hang above and they can be pulled vertically. But then also I'm going to hang some across all 3 sides so that I have privacy from all of my neighbors, so it can just feel like an Italian villa out here, which I'm really excited about. So that's a plan. That's enough for now. That's what the label looks like. I'm a little intimidated, a lot intimidated. I've never used anything like this before. I hope I ordered enough wire. Hopefully it's like pretty easy to cut. I'm gonna check right now with these kind of dull scissors that I have. Just see if this works. Alright, it's gonna take a little zhuzhing, but it worked. Okay, I think we go put it through the eye here. Then what's gonna happen is this piece is gonna get hooked onto the hook and eye that I have on one side. It'll be attached to the rope on one end, and then on the other end will be this little piece here, this little clamp. So like these things work, oops, in opposition to each other for tightening. So there's only 3, and I actually am gonna need to order another kit because I need curtains to go. I just need one more kit because there's only enough stuff here for 3 lines. Anyway, that's me figuring this out. Okay, really quick, in case you guys buy this system and you get a little confused, I want to show you what I figured out. This is the little clamp that's going to get hooked onto one side of the pole. This is one of the, they're calling it a snap hook. I don't have a small wrench, so I'm using my wire cutters. This little bolt here comes off. I'm not going to take it off all the way. You just sort of unscrew it. There's a flat piece that wiggles. You insert the wire, this wire, through this hole on either side. You just kind of got to shimmy it in there. The other side. Slip it in there, and you see you just slip it over, and this piece flattens out. I don't know if that helped, but this piece flattens over the top of the 2 cords, and it helps to just sort of anchor it in place. So I have to do this on, and then you screw the bolt back down, and now it's secured on there. I hope that helped. I hope that makes sense. If this is a system you end up ordering on Amazon, of course I'm gonna have this link down below. But I just wanted to give you a little tutorial so you don't get as confused as I do when you're doing this process if you decide to do this process. Hello, good morning. Okay, I have made some progress with the canopy. So I got one panel up here. I just got some curtain rings from IKEA and I strung them through the wiring system, and I just clipped the burlap fabric onto the curtain rings. So it is technically retractable. So that's just one panel. There will be 2 per row, and for shade on the top, and then there will be 2 panels hanging vertically up and down in between the flagpoles for shade that can also be moved side to side. And then I'll be done. I'm just waiting on that system to come in. So right now, oh, also I bought some turf. So this turf is gonna go, I have to cut it to size, but it's just gonna fill in these gaps where the wood is. I just want it to look like seamless. I just thought adding like a little greenery along the sides would be good as well. And then these are the chairs that are gonna go around the fire pit / table. And these are the chair tops that I got to go on top of them, nice and neutral. And I just think that it's gonna look really, really nice. So right now I'm working on the burlap curtains. Essentially, I'm just gonna cut a bunch of panels down to size. I ordered 2 rolls of that fabric, and then I bought hem tape. So this will go along the bottom of the curtains. I'm only gonna hem the curtains, not the canopy panels, just so it creates like a nice clean look at the bottom. So this is the burlap fabric. I just rolled it out, and that is a piece of measuring tape set up at the side so that I create the panels all the same size. I used my leveler to make a straight line at the bottom, and then I just cut across the bottom, and I repeated this process 10 times so that I had 10 curtain panels to go vertically on all 3 sides of the patio. And these are all of the panels cut and ready to be hemmed. To create the hem, I just cut to size a piece of this hemming tape, and then this is me just going over it with a small iron that I got from Target because I didn't have an iron. And I basically just measured out the width that I wanted the hem to be so that they were all pretty similar on each panel for the curtains. And that's the kind of guide that I'm going with. I just marked like 4 inches up on each side so that the hem ended up being about 2 inches thick. And my cuts were not straight, so that's how I made sure that the hem was mostly straight. And then I just flipped the panel over, and I measured it out again, and I just ironed the hem on this side, but I did not use ironing tape. This is just so I get a clean look for clipping on the rings for the curtain. Last step for creating these vertical curtain panels is to just clip these curtain rings that I got from Amazon, a pack of like 40 for I believe $20 off of Amazon, and I put 5 rings on each panel, and they clipped on really easily, and that was the last step. So almost all of the panels are up. Here it's just missing a panel that went horizontally across the top because I had 2 vertical panels per side and then 2 horizontal for overhead coverage and side coverage. And in order to get them to be together, I had to weave them sort of like you would if you were just like stitching fabric. So I did put the wire through 1 ring of the vertical panel, then 1 ring of the horizontal panel, and then 1 ring of the vertical panel, and then 1 ring of the horizontal panel, so that they were essentially, as you can see in the upper right hand corner, there's a horizontal panel and a vertical panel. They are giving the illusion that they are 1 panel because of the way I weave them together. That way it feels more like a canopy would, where it's just 1 long piece of fabric that goes up and over your head and back down. And then when I want to, if I ever want to retract them, they all will move together. Okay, guys, if you were going to do this project, you have to be so patient. But I'm really happy with how it has turned out. I've had to do a lot of adjusting and rejiggering and all of this. But the thing that I think I like most about it is it gives me shade, but not so much that I don't have sun. So here's what it looks like. Okay, so what I have left is to fill up these gaps with turf. I'm gonna fill those up, and this is the view from down here. And then I will be replacing, taking this cover off and putting the tabletop on, and I will hang a panel of curtains there, there, in there, and then sort of have like full coverage from the sun. So yeah, that's the situation, but I'm really happy with how this turned out. And the next thing I'll do is just like pull these chairs together and put them around the table. It's just a carpet knife that I got from Home Depot. I also bought a roll of turf, and I'm just cutting it to size using a leveler. I measured out the distance between the wood flooring I have out there and the wall, and the space was like 5.5 inches on one side and 6 inches on the other side. So I'm just cutting, I think I used about 5 pieces of the 5.5 to go across, and then I used about 5 pieces on the other side as well of the 6 inch. So I am not completely done. I still have to install those additional panels across the front and change out. I'm impatient, it's getting later. I want to be able to like sit out here tonight and enjoy the fruits of my very hard work, labor, whatever. So I'm just gonna put the pads on the chairs and see what the tabletop looks like. So let's do that, it'll be fun. This part was pretty self-explanatory. I'm just going in and taking the top off of the fire pit. You can see it's got all the rocks in there and everything. And I am tying these seat cushion covers onto these wire chairs, which I got from World Market. And you guys, I've had them for a while now. They're so comfortable. They're not just big enough to sit in for a meal. Like, you can lounge in these chairs. And they're beautiful, but for a pair it was only like $111. And then this tabletop I got from a store called Web Restaurant Supply, which I will also link below, and it's indestructible. They use them in restaurants and it looks like marble. So it's UV proof, it's scratch proof, it's fade proof, it's waterproof, it's all that, and it's pretty lightweight, so I can take it on and off easily to access the fire pit. But at this point, everything is hung and I am styling the patio. This tray here is a piece from Hearth & Hand's new fall line. It's like a brass style tray with 2 handles, and inside of it I'm just putting a candle, and I'm also adding this wood carved vase that is pretty petite, and just it has like a little rope around it. I got it from an antique store in San Diego. And then this little broom, because fall is just around the corner, and that is a piece from, I believe, either the summer line from Studio McGee, also at Target. And then of course, no candle moment is complete without an electric lighter, always at the ready. So this is the patio, you guys. This is the canopy. It's really giving just that lovely, light, airy Italian villa feel. The chairs look beautiful. The table came together really well, and it's very easy for me to remove, which I appreciate, so I can access the fire pit. And then in the opposite corner over there, I do have 2 different olive trees. One is pretty tall, one's a bit lower, and then I have a fake magnolia tree over there actually that I wrapped the outdoor lights around, which I will show you what they look like at night in this next clip. I also last minute decided to add some outdoor Velcro onto the wall and the backs of the curtains. so that if I don't want them to move at any point, I can have them fixated to the wall. But I do love the movement that the wind gives it when they're just sort of free. And then this is the outdoor patio at night. The fire pit's super easy to turn on. I'll have it linked down below, but I love the glow from the Christmas lights mixed with the flame. It's a super relaxing vibe, and I can't wait to have friends over to enjoy it with me. And that is it for me, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in for my backyard patio makeover. I hope you got some good ideas, some inspiration. I hope you enjoyed watching me struggle through the process of it all. But ultimately, I feel like I succeeded, so that's all that matters. I hope this encourages you to try something new in your own home and to just like go for it with your ideas and pick up those, you know, power tools and just make it happen. So I have a lot more coming your way, more makeovers. I have some house tour situations, some room tours coming. My artist profiles coming. I know I keep saying that, but they are coming. This office is almost done, which is where I'm filming right now. I know you guys just keep seeing this like lime washed wall, but I can't wait to share this with you. I have one piece coming in tomorrow. No, on Monday. I have my office chair coming in, and I'm so excited. I've been waiting 7 months for this chair to come in. So it's gonna be a big deal, and it's a custom chair. It was a splurge, you guys, but it's gonna be beautiful. So anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. If you are not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. And also, I love hearing from you guys. If you enjoyed this video or if you have thoughts about the video, please comment down below. And thank you so much for your support and for watching my videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.